You ever wake up at 3 a.m. in the middle of complete silence? The house is dark. Everything feels still. Too still. And then you notice something strange. Your cat is not sleeping. It's sitting somewhere in the room, completely frozen, staring into a corner, not blinking, not moving, just watching something you can't see. At first, you ignore it. You turn your face away and tell yourself it's nothing. Just a habit. Just a cat being a cat. But something about it feels off. Because it doesn't stop happening. Night after night, you wake up, and there it is again. That same silent stare into the empty darkness. And slowly, a thought starts forming in your mind. What if it's not nothing? What if there is something, and you just can't see it? They say God works in mysterious ways. Through signs. Through silence. Through things we don't always understand. But what if, just what if, your cat is one of those mysterious ways? A silent messenger in your home. Watching. Feeling. Responding to things beyond human senses. Sounds crazy, right? But the more you observe them, the harder it becomes to ignore. Because your cat is not just sitting there randomly. It is reacting to something. Something you cannot perceive. Now think about this. You come home after a long, exhausting day. Your mind is full. Your body is tired. Your energy is drained. Stress sits on your shoulders like a heavy weight. You don't even want to talk. You just want silence. You sit down on your bed or couch, and without any warning, your cat appears. It walks toward you slowly, calm, confident, and then it jumps onto your lap. It curls into a tight little ball, and starts purring, slow, deep, rhythmic, and something strange happens. Your breathing changes, your thoughts slow down, that pressure in your chest starts to fade, almost instantly, and you don't even know why. It feels natural, effortless, like your body is being told, it's okay now. You can relax. And you start wondering, how does a small animal do this? How does it know? But it doesn't stop there. Because you've seen something else too. Your cat suddenly freezes. Mid-walk. Mid-play. Mid-anything. Its ears lift. Its body stiffens. Its eyes lock onto something invisible. Something in the distance. Something you can't see. You look around the room. Nothing. No sound. No movement. Just silence. But your cat is fully alert. Focused, like it is watching a secret only it can understand. And then it slowly turns its head, as if tracking something moving across the room. Something that never reveals itself to you. And in that moment, a strange feeling enters your mind. What if they sense things we can't? What if reality is bigger than what our eyes allow us to see? Scientists say cats have extremely sensitive hearing. They can detect tiny vibrations, subtle shifts in air, movements too small for humans. Their whiskers pick up changes in space and pressure. Their instincts are built for survival, for awareness, for precision. But even that explanation doesn't fully satisfy what you see at night, because sometimes there is no logical explanation left, just silence, and staring, and stillness. Now think deeper. Have you ever been emotionally low? Not just tired, but heavy inside, like something is broken in your mood. You don't talk. You don't explain. You just exist in that feeling. And somehow, your cat shows up. Not because you called it. Not because of food. Not because of habit. It just appears beside you. Quietly. It sits close. Sometimes touches you. Sometimes just stays near. And then it starts purring. Not loudly. Not randomly. But in a steady rhythm. Like a heartbeat. And slowly, you start feeling different. Not healed instantly. But lighter. Safer. Less alone. And you begin to wonder, do they feel what we feel? Do they understand emotions we never speak out loud? Because cats don't need words. They don't need explanations. They don't need language. They respond to presence, to energy, to emotional shifts. And when something inside you changes, they notice, before anyone else does. Now let's go even deeper. Have you ever noticed how your cat chooses you? Not just your house. In a home with multiple people, you might ignore everyone. And still follow one specific person. Sit near them. Sleep beside them. Watch them. Trust them. What makes that connection happen? Is it smell? Is it behavior? Is it energy? Or something else entirely? Some people believe cats choose based on emotional compatibility, calmness, safety, trust signals. But even then, there's something about it that feels deeper. Like an invisible agreement. A silent bond formed without language. And then there are their strange habits. Sitting in boxes that are too small. Sleeping in corners instead of soft beds. choosing the same spot every day, watching the same direction for hours. Why corners? Why tight spaces? Why repetition? Some say it's safety instinct. Some say it's comfort zones. But when you look at it closely, it feels intentional, like they are mapping their environment in a way we don't understand. And then comes nighttime again. The world becomes quieter. Lights go off. Humans sleep. But your cat becomes different, more alert, more aware, moving slowly across rooms, listening, observing, watching shadows, and sometimes just sitting still in the dark, as if guarding something, or studying something, or waiting for something, and you are asleep, completely unaware, while your cat remains awake, fully present in the silence of the night. Now here's something even stranger. Have you ever noticed how cats sometimes act before something happens? Before a storm, they become restless. Before someone arrives, they go to the door early. Before something changes, they behave differently. It's almost like they feel the future shifting, like they detect patterns before they fully form. Science might call it sensitivity, but emotionally, it feels like awareness beyond explanation. And then there is the bond, that quiet connection between human and cat. No words, no promises, just presence. You sit in a room, and your cat looks at you, not in a random way, but in a way that feels intentional, like it is observing your mood, your thoughts, your energy, and sometimes, you feel like it understands you, not your language, but your state. And maybe that's what makes cats so unique. They don't try to impress. They don't seek approval. They don't perform. They simply exist. And in that existence, there is something deeply calming, something grounding, something almost spiritual. Because when life gets loud, cats bring silence. When life gets chaotic, cats bring stillness. When life feels overwhelming, cats bring presence. They don't fix your problems, but they change how you feel inside them. And over time, something changes in you too. You become more observant, more patient, more aware of small details. You start noticing silence differently. You start respecting calm moments more. You slow down, without even realizing it. And that is the quiet power of cats. They don't teach through words. They teach through existence, through behavior, through presence, through mystery. And then comes the final question, the one that stays in your mind long after this video ends. Are cats just animals? Or are they something more? A biological instinct machine? Or a deeper emotional mirror? Or maybe something in between? Something we haven't fully understood yet. Because when your cat sits in silence, staring into the dark, and you feel that strange feeling in your chest, like something is there, but unseen, you can't help but wonder. Maybe it's instinct, maybe it's science, or maybe it's something we don't have the language for yet. Something ancient, something quiet, something living right beside us, every single day. So next time your cat stares into a corner, or sits still in the middle of the night, or shows up exactly when you need it most, don't rush to ignore it. Just notice. Just observe. Just think for a moment. Because whatever they are doing, there is always a reason. Even if we can't see it. Even if we can't explain it. And maybe, just maybe, your cat is not just living with you. Maybe it is watching over your world in ways you will never fully understand. If this made you think differently, maybe it's time to look at your cat again, a little more carefully than before. And ask yourself one last question. What if they've been seeing something all along that we were never meant to notice?